So this is my second day of playing with Claude Sonnet 3.7, and I gotta say it continues to just blow my mind in terms of what this model can do. And yesterday I focused on data visualization and interactive display and analysis. Today I want to show you something I found about coding. It started with a post by Melissa Korte about the importance of comments, and it got me thinking about how I don't often comment my DAX measures sufficiently, and I'll show you what I mean. So this is a just a not a formal report, but an analysis I was working on with Greg Deckler, looking at his Cthulhu DAX index measure, and we wrote a lot of complex measures in this one. And if you look and you mouse over these, the tooltip does not show anything other than the name, and that to me seems like a real wasted opportunity. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to explore some C# scripting to see if I could leverage the Claude API to comment my measures in a way that had a single line purpose statement for what generally the measure did, and then a detailed comment section that was formatted in a nicely readable way. And so what I did, if we jump into Tabular Editor, let's open that up from here. I had Claude initially write a C# script to do that, and it took about 10 minutes. It worked flawlessly, and then it started to show me some things in terms of user interface that I have never seen before in C#. And I wanted to show you because I probably spent the next 2 hours with it, expanding on that user interface capability and interacting with it as though it were a remote developer. So I would say, okay, I like this. Can we do this instead? Or can we change the dialog box or the workflow in this way? And it really became just a conversation. And if I didn't know better, I would just think I was on chat with a very knowledgeable developer, and who was highly responsive and programmed it at a rate I'd never seen before. So let me show you how this works. So if we go to actually, we don't even need to pick a table here. Let's just fire up macros. I save this as a macro, and I can show you what it looks like, and then we can run it. So this is now over 550 or 530 lines of C# script, and let's go ahead and run it. And what it does is it will actually go through, and it'll first ask me for my API code, and it'll give me two options to enter that. I can either enter it directly, which it says is not preferred, not as secure, or it gives me the option to enter it as an environment variable. And I posted about this the other day about how to set this up, and this is definitely the preferred way to do it in terms of protecting your API keys and not having them in your code as plain text. And so it would normally prompt me for which method I wanted to use and then my API key. But it now recognizes that I previously entered an environment variable. So it asks if I want to use it, and I say yes. Then what it does is it asks me which table I want to execute on. Normally in Tabular Editor scripts, you would have to choose the table first, and it would give you an error if you didn't. So let's say here that we want to work on the number 3, the branch measures, and we click on OK, and now it asks if we want to skip measures that already have descriptions in the in the metadata. And I'm going to say no. I don't think I saved any descriptions in the metadata, but I want those overwritten. So I'll click on no. And then it says, okay, I found 8 measures in the branch measures table. Do you want to proceed with that? And let me say yes. And so it's going to start cranking away on those in terms of pulling the DAX code in through the API, and then writing the purpose statement and the explanation of what the DAX is doing on pretty much a step-by-step basis. And so it's going through, and it creates this nice progress bar. I'd never seen any of this before in C# scripts, even from experts and MVPs who are writing a lot of C# scripts, and they typically have not had any sort of user interface, and I didn't even know that was possible. So the script is executed, and now what we can do is we can go here and we can save it to the model just by hitting Control-S, and we'll just wait until that saves it back to the Power BI file. And if we click here and then we go down to our branch measures table, if we mouse over these now, instead of seeing the names, what we're seeing is the name, the one sentence purpose, and then a very detailed explanation of each of the measures. And so I will post this script in my GitHub gist, so you can run it on your own and play with it. But I think it just illustrates how good the coding intelligence in Claude 3.7 is, just straight out of the box, without even adding on programs like Windsurf and Cursor. It's doing stuff. And by the way, I do not know how to write a line of C# code, and it's written in a relatively short period of time, over 500 lines, and I think that is just amazing, and it just shows kind of how you can leverage this. And I've gone through, and the explanations it's providing are spot on. That AI, intelligent, strong AI, is really good at documenting and explaining the purpose behind code. And so hope you find that helpful. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.